really like that? 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 191 of the Shower Podcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host, Chip, and how well are you able to defend your choices? And most importantly, do you feel attacked when people question them? If you do, I'd like today to share a personal lesson that I've learned, and maybe by the end of this video, you'll be able to defend better your positions. Before we start, as usual, if you end up liking this episode, leaving a like and a subscribe really help. They're just one click, but they really make the difference for me. Thank you very much. So, where do we start? I think we can start today from the end. And I say that because this message will be very simple and clear for somebody and absolutely insane for somebody else. And depending on the person you are, you will understand more or less what I mean today. So the core message for today is be weird. But what does it mean to be weird? Does it mean that you have to be odd? Does it mean that you have to be strange? Not really. You can be perfectly normal. You can be perfectly in line with all your peers. But at the end of the day, you should ask yourself just one thing. The things that I do I do them because I like them? Do I choose them because they fit me? Or is it because I'm afraid of what others might say? The problem is that if it is the latter, so if you do things just because you feel pressured, there's gonna be a moment in which you might be interested in trying something else. You might be interested into having a controversial opinion. But since you have never trained that skill, even if you will make the leap and you will try to do something else, the moment that somebody will attack you, the moment that somebody will question your decision, you will very quickly go back on your steps and say, yeah, no, you're right. I was just testing, I was just trying, and then you put it back. Whereas, if you trained this skill starting from when you were young, but overall, it's not just about age and time, but the amount of times in which you do it, the more you do that, the more you realize that, first of all, people just don't really care. People say things because they want to say things, but it's not that they actually have something to say about it. It's your life, it's your decisions. Even if they say something, that will not change the course of actions. But at the same time, there are moments in which you will be kind of forced to. Because as I said at the start of the episode, it's not about acting weird, being odd. I remember vividly an episode when I was very small. I mean, I think in first or second grade. And at that time, in Italy, it was very common to buy and overall collect these football stickers. They were just these rectangular stickers that you could put on albums, but overall we traded them and they were, everywhere. A more general example, and we're still in this realm of, children's items, even though nowadays they're more for adults, were Pokemon cards. And the problem was that if you looked at it from the perspective of an adult, you see those things and you're like, they cost a lot of money, you don't do anything with them. Well, with Pokemon cards, if they knew at the time, they would be laughing today. But in the view that there was back in the time, you couldn't really do much with them. There wasn't really, let's say, a collectible knowledge, So it was just something that you could say, yeah, but do you really need them? Like, can't you just accept that you won't have them and just go on, find something else? Problem is that if you decided, because again, that is absolutely normal and you can definitely go with it. If you decided not to buy it, if you decided not to get into that group, to get into the dynamic, into the social dynamic of that, you would have been completely pushed out of any kind of group. If you didn't have these football cards, if you didn't have the Pokemon cards, if you were not in the moment participating in any shape or form, you were left out. And in that moment, even if you said something, even if you said, no, I want to stand by my choices and I want to do this and that, sure, you can do that, but the consequences outweigh the actual benefit of choosing your own thing. Whereas, on the other hand, and is the point of where I want to get today, The moment in which you are comfortable with your choices, the moment in which you do stuff because you like it, and people call you weird, it will be weird to you because you have nothing that troubles you. It is just something that you like. It is something that you decided to do, and you can see only benefits. And given that it's a choice that you made, and most likely it's also something that you are able to share with other people, even if you will be attacked, and again, I use quotes because it's not really an attack, but it feels like it if you're not prepared to it, where somebody starts telling you, yeah, but really you do that thing? Or really you like that? With exactly that expression of not disgust, but just questioning. Can't you like what everybody likes? And the bottom line is, no, you don't have to. You don't have to, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't if it's the thing that makes you happy. And the happiness shouldn't come, again, from just wanting to be weird, just wanting to be odd, saying, no, I don't like that. Just because, everybody says that they like it. As I said before, the benefit will absolutely be overwhelmed by the position in which you will be in, so it's not worth it. But moments in which, I will bring you another example. For example, when I was in high school, I did theater. And overall, it was seen as an odd thing at the time. And people were not necessarily judging it, but overall, again, it was something that was a bit out of the ordinary. Yet, years later, I am absolutely grateful that I stuck with it. And it has taught me so many things and it made me grow in such ways that without it, I will be definitely a different person, but I would also not have certain skills and certain things that I use on a daily basis nowadays. And it was all based on my decision of doing something that I liked and knowing that it was something that could improve my personality and my way of being. And I just went along with it. So doing a 360 and coming back to the statement of the start of today's episode, which was the lesson, just be weird. If somebody comments, whatever. Nobody cares as long as, again, remember, you like what you do, you decided for yourself, and you are conscious that even if you might lose something in the short term, it will still be beneficial to you. And I want to stress this because, again, sometimes ideas are pushed a bit too much, and you always want to follow your path, follow the lead, be the one that is in control. Bottom line is, you cannot always be, but when you are, make sure that you do, because it will always pay off. Having said that, that was all for today. Thank you very much for listening. A bit of a more special episode, just going from one place to the other, but I really like those episodes. It feels more like a stream of consciousness, but I genuinely believe that, it's still pleasant to listen to. Again, thank you very much for making it to the end. If you like this episode, leaving a like and a subscribe really, really help. And let me know in the comments if you have something that you like and people just look weird at you, that you do, and you think it's absolutely normal. Again, very curious. And until the next one, as usual, stay consistent, stay resilient. This was the Shower Podcast, and see you tomorrow.